Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Fate Podcast, where we discuss film, anime, television, and other forms of entertainment. I'm your host, Elijah. And we also have my co-hosts here, Sam and Fritz. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
What's up? What's up?
Above ground.
Above ground. Yeah, man. So what you guys been watching? You have anything to recommend? What's up?
Rich, you want to go first? You got anything?
I would go with Ozark season 4.
Bro.
Ozark season 4. Yeah.
Bro.
I haven't even seen that at all.
You haven't seen Ozark yet?
I've seen like season 1 before. That's about it.
Do you like it?
I couldn't get into it, dude.
Really?
It was like, and everybody was like, Sons of Anarchy, dude, check that out. And I was like, I don't know. Just get into it.
No, I haven't watched season 4 yet, but no, I can't agree with you, Fritz, bro. Ozark is really good.
Yes.
Season 4, I'm gonna watch it sooner or later, but yeah, to me, I compare it to Breaking Bad, kind of.
I like that comparison.
I like Breaking Bad. Ozark is, different, but kind of similar in a lot of ways.
Yes.
But I think it's really good. It's really good.
I like that comparison.
It's really good. Like I said, what have I been watching lately? Hey, Demon Slayer. I've been watching. I watched Demon Slayer, and I kind of rewatched season 5 of My Hero Academia, because this is My Hero is another up there moment. Another anime is like top of the charts, bro. You watched it, Sam? My Hero?
I need to catch up on My Hero, dude.
Okay.
I haven't caught up with that show in a long time, but it is on Funimation, so I can finally catch up on it. So
I thought you can enjoy it more than I thought you can, because I find Deku character, I won't say similar to Tanjiro's character, but damn, their emotion,
oh no, they're 100% the same, but like yeah, I like Tanjiro's like top tier though, but yeah, no, I like Deku a lot. That dude's the man. I love that show. Like whenever I discovered that one, I was crazy about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I just fell off just because I had no way to watch it for a long time.
Gotcha.
So I got to get back into it, but I also got to watch Attack on Titan. So I got a laundry list.
Hold on. Before you finish, bro, Attack on Titans, I'm gonna rewatch that show because I know the final season's coming soon.
No, it's playing out right now.
Yeah, I know. Correct. It's playing right now. Yeah.
I think it might have finished up today, even. Like it might have been the last episode. Like, yeah, it might have been the last episode today or next weekend. I know it's about to be done, like completely.
I just feel like watching the whole show again because it took a long break, so I stopped watching it. So to remember certain scenes, to remember certain characters, I just want to watch the whole thing, like from beginning to end, bro, because that show is amazing.
100%.
Yeah, I think I watched the second season. I didn't watch the third. Pretty good though.
Yeah, I'm on the second season myself. I've already kind of had the 4th season spoiled a bit, but not too much, but generally kind of, yeah. I guess my recommendation, I'll go with a man of controversy. The first episode of the Kanye West documentary, Genius.
Yes.
Yeah, I
actually really enjoyed that first episode. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really interesting to kind of see that, like, his roots, and like even back then he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like, I don't care what the industry says. And like, you got to see him actually go around Rockefeller Records and like try to like show off his music. Nobody's interested, and
trials and tribulations.
It was really, really cool to see that. Something I found interesting, just of note in that, I thought Kanye sounded like his voice sounds dramatically different.
Yeah.
Compared to now than when he was a younger guy, and like almost like higher pitch. And like I thought that was kind of like an odd thing. Like I would have assumed his voice would go lower as he got older, but I do wonder if there's going to be some sort of like visual switch you might see with the way he acts whenever it comes to the part where he was in the accident and broke his jaw and stuff,
Right.
I kind of wonder to see what will be happening, because I had no idea the man was been chronicling his entire career almost, just because one guy was like, hey, I think this dude's going to be huge and I'm going to follow him and just record him because I think he's going to be big. And man, did that choice pay off for him.
Right.
So, yeah, check it out. Seems really interesting. Only Kanye content I'll probably get because I won't be hearing his album, because the only way you can hear it is paying $200 for a stem player, and not doing that. So
yeah, no, I was planning on watching it tomorrow actually. So my plan is to watch the episode tomorrow.
It's really good. Yeah, if you like his music and just kind of like a fan of him in that way, you'll like it a lot. It's interesting.
Yeah. All right. Hey, check out these recommendations, man. They're good. They're good. But today's show, we're gonna talk about the Netflix series that's been getting a lot of talk. People have been talking about it. Right now, I think it's number 6 on the list of top 10. The Tinder Swindler. And after and after watching that show, man, I hate to say, I was blaming the women at first. I ain't gonna lie. I was in the beginning, because they show the women's side and then they show the other side. So in the beginning, I was like, man, these women are dumb. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you giving someone? I won't say you hardly know. Yeah, I spent a couple of times or nights together and whatnot, but come on now, like $250K, 140,000 of your money. It kind of pissed me off in the beginning, bro. It really did. I kind of cooled off though once, I guess they did in a way where, okay, show sympathy and empathy towards this women because they didn't know, and Simon manipulated them and stuff like that. I mean, I get it, but y'all grown adults, y'all not no kids, y'all not the elderly and whatnot. Y'all should have known better. So that's my overall view of the show.
Accountability, man.
Huh?
Accountability.
Exactly. What y'all think?
Pimping ain't easy.
What y'all think?
Pimping ain't easy.
It ain't easy, man.
Damn.
Pimping ain't easy, man. I'm in the wrong profession.
I'm saying though, I'm just like, yo, this dude didn't get caught.
No, I think that guy is
10 million.
Now you said that your first impression was that that you had blamed the women, but you changed your opinion later, right? Or you're kind of like, oh, the women should have known better.
Yeah, no. So I changed my opinion. At first, it was just like, nah, it's the women's fault. But now I changed my opinion to like, okay, I can understand how you got manipulated and you was wrong, you're vulnerable. And
yeah, I think this guy was really he was really manipulative.
No, I agree. I can't blame solely on him. I'll probably give him more of the accountability, well, more of the percentage but there's still a part that the women have to play in this manipulation, this scandal and whatnot. It's not, they're not total victims as far as like, 100%. There's a certain percentage that they played into this whole thing. So that's my overall take on that. Go ahead.
I got you. Yeah, I think I disagree with that. I get what you mean though. Like, I get what you mean. Like there at some point there should have been like an alarm, like, hello, like this seems a little unreasonable at this point. Like, a lot of money's being spent here and I'm not getting anything back. And like, but like, isn't that kind of like the messed up part about humanity, right? Is that the emotions can just be so overwhelming. It like literally like a drug, when, especially if you're feeling the way that some of these women, or most of these women even, felt towards this guy, Simon, like that, they were in love. They thought this was it. This was the guy. They're about to move in together. And like, but there's these bad people after him. And like, so like, I thought he was really, really devious in the way that he did it. I think it was, criminally speaking, just absolutely unbelievable. Like, just wow. Like, what a way to pull off that fucking grift. And I mean, this dude's the griftiest of grift. And like, I mean, in the end, whenever he gets arrested, it's not even for the things that is talked about in the movie, in the doc, like that.
Oh yeah, it was about the fake passport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he doesn't actually have any consequences for these actions at all. And I think that's kind of where I'm at with like the fact that like I don't think there's not accountability for the women, because they're trying to, maybe late, but they're trying to make up for it. Like, they are trying to correct this wrong, because at first they had no idea how to. And then once they kind of piece things together, they start to get an idea, and, they try to fight back. And, so I think that's like what's messed up, is like the fact that like he's basically gotten away with this so far. And like, that's so messed up. Like, you can have a documentary about you doing this crazy defraudment, worldwide defraudment,
10 million.
You be on Cameo, having motherfuckers pay you to send them a message that's like, hey, it's me, Simon, the Tinder Swindler. James wanted me to say hey to you because it's your birthday. Like, get fucked. Like, what? This is insane. I hate that guy. Like, that's insane. All my hate is towards that guy and people like him, really, because like, what is happening when we can just have all of this evidence and that man can just monetize on Cameo and other social media apps?
Yeah, I understand. I agree with what you're saying, like with all the evidence and things like that. I think the only reason why he can get away with it is because they basically were willing to give him the money.
I know. Isn't that such like a shitty element?
Yeah.
That like,
but that's I believe that's the part Elijah was talking about when they needed to take accountability.
Exactly. No, and that's why I said I totally get what he's saying. Like, I'm not coming at his opinion at all. Like, nothing of that. Like, I totally get what he's saying. But like I was just trying to be honest with my opinion, in that like all my blame is on him with you because of all those circumstances. But like, I get it, because that's the crazy ass element. Again, the human condition. Like, yeah, they willingly did it. And like, I don't know. Then that kind of goes into the whole argument of like, how can you go back against the word of that? But then, I guess it's all about malintentions or whatever sort of legalese stuff. I'm not a lawyer. I don't, ain't my lane.
Interesting.
And
Chris,
when it's
what you
like
think of it?
civil stuff like this, I know the law is too crazy.
Yeah, what did I think?
Yeah.
There's multiple aspects. I part with you and I part with Sam. I do believe that, hey, you know, these ladies should take some accountability in this. As far as the guy, he's a professional, man. He's a professional.
You don't want to laugh about that, but it's funny, dog.
It's funny, yes. Can we be honest?
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, this is an honest show, bro.
Okay. This has that show, that whatever it was, man, it has a lot to say about society. Okay.
Yep.
A picture says 1,000 words, but it also says nothing. That's how I see it. Social engineering at its finest, and he's a perfect con artist. You know, like we live in a society today where I feel bad for the women because, you know, like the way that they're brought up. You know, she said it. She even said it in the beginning. She wanted the fairy tale, the whole prince coming to save her thing, and like that. You know, when people know that, when men or women know that, that's ammunition that they could use against you. You understand what I'm saying? That's basically like trickery. And that's how people get got. You know, everybody gets got, and like it just speaks a lot about our society. The women in the makeup, that's a false face, you know. So like, where do we draw the line when somebody is doing this? You like, I don't know. I like the documentary. I know he's gonna be interviewing next week on air to clear his name or something like that. So I can't wait to hear that.
Oh wow, I haven't heard about that. But you touched on something, the engineering of, you know, society, of how we view it.
Yeah.
And how women are told that, hey, you need a fairy tale guy. You need someone to save you. You need someone that can protect you. Romance novels
Yeah.
are a $1 billion industry, and it's towards women. And the main character are men who are strong, have wealth. This fairy tale guy, yeah, they have flaws, but they treat that woman like she's the only woman on earth, and it's a fairy tale. So it's just a character. So when women see that in another guy today, they want that. They will do anything to obtain that, to stay with that and whatnot. And men know, unfortunately, you know, Simon, he knows about that.
He knows.
So he that fairy tale character. Oh, he bought me flowers. He said good morning all the time. He spent money on me, this and that. And women just blindly give their money to that. Like, you know, porn is geared towards men. Romance novels is geared towards women, and they will spend money on it because they want that fairy tale life.
Yes, yes.
You know, that basically not all of them is gonna have.
Now that's what I always say. What pornography is to men, fairy tale movies are to women.
Agreed. I agree. And to be honest, like, let's talk about the first woman, Cecilia.
Yeah.
She met the dude on Tinder. Of course, you're not gonna find your fairy tale mate on Tinder. I'm sorry, you're not. Like, everyone knows that it's a dating app. It's a hookup app. Yeah, you can casually date on there. That's fine, but to find your fairy tale mate on there it's less than 1%. But I think for me, she was kind of like the foolish girl out of all three of them, because she spent the most money on him, slept with him the first night. Like, you even know the man, and you slept with him the first night. Like, within what, 4 months, you're gonna move in with him. Like, like you can see the red flags. That was just like, things are moving too quickly. You didn't ask any questions about like how, yeah, okay, the diamond story, he faked and whatnot, but still, you didn't ask any other questions. But you said all you saw was the money, the security he gave to you, and you forgot about everything else.
That's where his genius kicks in, though.
Yeah.
His art. That's where his art kicks in. I hate to call it art, but that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, that's where
smoke and mirrors, baby.
There you go. That's where his genius kicked in. The way he played it off. What do I have written here? She basically fell for the profile. We all know that Tinder, if you're the people who are into Tinder, there's a science to it. You can't post certain pictures. You have to post a picture with your friends, like she was saying. You know, you have to post a picture with your dog and you being out and being an extrovert and things like that, you know, and that's what he marketed. And then she bit. You know, and when they went on the first date, the first thing they had a conversation about was his occupation. People do this all the time in society. They ask you your occupation to see where your status is in society. And as soon as he said, "Oh yeah, my father is the Diamond King or whatever, that makes me the prince," all of a sudden, boom. He penetrated her. He penetrated her instantly. Guard down. Oh, damn. She's probably thinking, wow, I got him. You know, I don't know. I can't really speak on her behalf, but like, I see both sides, you know. It's just everybody's wearing a mask, man. Don't get mad at somebody when they're wearing a mask better than you.
And Sam, before you speak, like the story, like the way he did it too, like calculated, is like, okay, I'm gonna get you to dinner, and then I'm gonna say good morning to you all the time, send you stuff, fly you over, hanging out and whatnot, and then like he switched it to be like, hey, enemies are attacking me and whatnot, and send a photo. It was like calculated, bro. Like, I saw the stories happening. I'm like, and then, you know, that's go back to me. I was like, okay, it's not the woman's fault, because I stepped in as the women of the women, and I was like, okay, if I was in that situation, yeah, like, they believe he was in danger and whatnot. They believe the story because it's so calculated, and he just times it and whatnot. So I was just like, okay, like, this dude is evil. So like, yeah. Go ahead, Sam. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna kind of add on to what you guys were saying. Because I feel like there was something that you said, Elijah, that I was gonna piggyback off of, but I can't even think of it anymore. But doesn't matter. But yeah, so I thought it was yeah, you know, social engineered, just like you said, perfect cover, knew exactly what to do, how to present himself well, especially with the Prince of Diamond thing. And like, part of me wonders if like he kind of just goes with that just because like that is like would cast a wide net, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people would find that interesting and stuff like that. And but you know, I think the question I wanted to pose was like, you know, she gets all of this like time with him and all of these nice things and like attention and stuff. You know, a part of me wonders what like the motivations like that the woman like truly had with like him, you know what I mean? Because like,
there you go.
A lot of people could obviously assume like, oh, well, she just saw the money and just assumed and she just wanted that. It's just like, yeah, sure. I'm sure a part of her assessed like, you know, he has money. Good.
Stability.
Like, yeah, but like, I don't think like that would be like her sole intent. Like, she just wanted a rich guy. Like, I think it was more of like she wanted someone that like she was looking for. Like, she had an idea of something that she wanted, and this man met the criteria. And so yeah, it was something that someone had said that just made me think of how like a lot of people just or a lot of even guys just kind of assume that some of these women would just be after money. And like, I just feel like that's a disservice. And like, yeah, I at the end of the day, I just can't believe the amount of work he went in, like he would put in to just like do this whole manipulation. Like, it just seems exhausting.
Hey man, it's not work if you love it.
Yeah, hey yo, Frisch, I can't agree. I can't agree with that, because hey, he understands. And check this out: $10 million for 5 months. Who would do that? Anyone would do that for 5 months. A slap on the wrist. That's what he got. Even when he was locked up before, I think he was locked up 3 years and whatnot. When you were locked up 3 years.
Oh, like before he was at it again or something.
Yeah, correct. I think
in South Africa.
Yeah, but
gotcha.
That's what he actually learned. He was like, okay, I need to. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of. I'm in his perspective now. Mine of a criminal. He got locked up for 3 years, right? So he was like, damn, I need to figure out a way so I won't get locked up for 3 years, maybe less than a year. So he figured out, instead of, and they even said it, like the local authorities, for that's small fry and whatnot. You need to be raking up like 10 million like a year, or a big corporation moving money, like money laundering type of thing, for the feds to catch you and whatnot.
Right.
He doing small fry. He's going after these women, 30,000 here, 10,000 there, under their name. They agreed to the loan and whatnot. Listen, I'm in banking, bro. If someone agrees to something, even if it's someone else, you still owe the money, and they're not gonna go chase after the person you borrowed the money to. That's
right.
not how it works. So he understood all of that and whatnot. So he's not, and it's very hard for him to get, again, charged for that crime, because all he had to say, man, hey, she let me borrow it. I was gonna give it back. I'm still gonna, and he can say, I could still gonna give it back. I just need time to give it back. But it's not illegal to borrow money. It's not illegal to ask someone, hey, give me $20,000. And he understood that and whatnot. Granted, he did it in the most evil way, malicious way, but it was he just knew the game, and he played it very well. Like I'm like I said, I'm in the criminal mind. I'm not in the mind of like a normal human being, someone with morale, someone with integrity. I'm in the criminal mind right now, and I look at him. If I was a criminal, I'm just like, God damn, you're good. I have to. You're good. Like, your life, what you're living, you're getting all these fancy cars. You're having sex with, and this is the life what people want to live. That's the life what people. Right. That's the life that they're selling you, that they're marketing to you, and he's living that life. And people was just like, hey, I want to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
At what point in society will we stop playing the game? Because when we play the game, that's when we lose. When are the masks gonna truly come off?
Hey, that's a great question, Fritz. But I feel like we're always gonna play the game, because
what game?
Oh yeah. Honestly, yeah. Define what game. Go ahead.
The game of personification. The game of creating fake characters and going out into society and thrive, because you're quote unquote not allowed to be yourself. That game. Because whenever we're talking about personification, that means you're creating a character. And some people, like I said, some people are very good at wearing a mask that they can't even take it off. Hence the reference to the mask.
Mm-hmm.
So when as a society are we going to stop playing this this game? Because we are living in a capitalistic society and everything does sell. Everything, even love.
It depends, I suppose, because it depends on intentions. Unless things you're talking about could be, things of we think we're supposed to be a certain way.
Correct.
Or it could be something as, harmless as trying to figure out who you are, because maybe you are a certain way, but maybe that's not who you want to be. Maybe you want to be somebody else, and in order to do that, you have to start being someone else. Weirdly, that kind of connects with like this video game I played. It's a very simple game, and that was something that was suggested to the character, is that he was being himself, but he didn't really feel like himself because it felt like a crafted version, and he decided to become someone else, or try to become someone else. So it depends on, I guess, the perspective of where you're trying to go. But if we're going down the path of, the criteria of this documentary and when shall it end, it's hard to say. Probably won't. There's not an actual end to it, because as long as money's to be made, maybe hell, even keep the peace in a way. In certain circumstances, people will do it, because sometimes you just got to do stuff that you don't want to do, but you got to do it. So,
I feel like if you want to live an honest life, like you have to be truthful. You have to not, turn your back on your beliefs, and you have to know what you stand for. You already know what your values are, and don't turn away from it, no matter what kind of value system you live by. Like you said, Fritz, when this game is going to end, if it's going to end, I don't think it will. I want it to end because I want truth. I want people to be honest in their intentions and their interactions, whatever they do. But you can't. The truth ain't marketable. It's not. It's marketable, but it's not profitable, I would say. People think it is, but it's not. Look at the news, like the way they manipulate the news, the cycle, the way they like give you certain things, because they know that if they tell you the whole truth, it's going to hurt their margins. They're going to hurt their bottom line. So it's kind of hard to navigate that throughout your life. To me, I think like you just have to focus on the individual. Like I feel like it starts with the individual, making a stand, saying like, "Hey, I'm going to live by these parameters." Hopefully, and we can argue if it's right or wrong, whatever the case may be. But you have to make sure you want to live your life with integrity. And by everyone with Simon in this documentary, obviously know he would everyone would think he's a bad character, he's a bad person, no one want to be like him, this and that. But you have other people that's inspired by him because he's living this amazing life, quote, and people don't even care about how he did it. Like, I don't care if you took a whole bunch of money from women, if you still a whole bunch of checks from the bank, whatever the case may be. People care about the end result a lot of times, and they see this man with women status, amazing life, and that's what they want. So I don't know. Like I get the point of the documentary of the like, hey, we're outing this guy. Make sure you're not this guy don't get you. But on the other side of it, you have someone. Some people. It's like, damn, how can I be that guy? You know.
That's right. You know, yeah. That I'm there's this practice that the Japanese practice is called Tangtu Chakano. It's basically going into the enemy's camp by bringing one sword in the conversation. Basically meaning be straightforward. And the thing I like about that is the fact that you're straightforward, you're honest. And when they explain it, it's like, you know, your tongue is like a sword. You know, and when you're not wearing a mask and when you're being honest and straightforward, you actually hit the person in their core. You know, and you actually challenge them because you're being your honest self instead of being deceitful and going along with the illusion that we craft on a day-to-day. That's what I try to practice every day. I try to be myself, you know, and I think that's something this culture is missing out on.
No, it's missing out a lot. Trust me. Like, even like you, you still have women, because towards the end of the documentary, he's with another woman, and I
He's
guess
back on Tinder.
he's back on Tinder, rocking it because we're conditioned to forget things because everything's so quick. So like, yeah, he's gonna be the top story for a hot minute, but then there's gonna be another story about something else that's happening across the world, wherever the case may be, and he knows it's a waiting game because he went to jail for 5 months, and then as soon as he's about to go to jail for what, almost a year or over a year.
No, he was sentenced for 15 months and he served 5.
Correct.
Yeah, good behavior.
Good behavior.
Right.
Correct. So
he's being a good little boy.
And then now
smart man again.
What happened?
He's smart for that.
Exactly. And hey, and then he started his own business and whatnot. And he's living life like at the fullest again. And because people don't remember, people are not paying attention. Like, heck, we didn't know anything about him until the documentary, you know? So we could have walked by right past him. We could have talked to him and we didn't even know.
People don't care, man. At least, you know, if I was in that situation, you know,
go ahead.
I would have at least, and I got out of prison or jail or whatever, and I'm making all this money, I would at least, you know, made that money appear somewhere around those women's life just to recompensate them for the pain and the suffering that I've caused.
You think he didn't have a heart though.
It's a hard not life.
There was no redeeming qualities about this dude.
You know, that's why, again, Tangchu Chakano, you know, you have to be straightforward, bro. Like love is cool and all that, but people have to understand that love isn't absolute when it comes to another human being. Mm-hmm. People need to understand that you have to maintain your identity when you're dealing with another human being. I don't care if they're your husband. I don't care if they're your wife. Oh, you love them, this and that. You still have to remain you at the end of the day. You can't just let your guard down like that. You just can't. Especially in today's world. You just can't.
And you think that women, because they're so vulnerable, because they want to find their happy ever after, they want to find that love, they always like the guard down?
I think As to answer, I think it plays on both sides, both men and women. You know, men are always looking for beauty, and you know, women are con artists as well. You know, they know how to play the game. You know, the makeup and the nails, and you know, there's this technique called mirroring. So what that is basically yeah, there's a technique called mirroring where they agree with you. They act like you. They act like you. They agree with the things that you like until the mirror starts cracking. I've fell victim to that a couple of times. You know, again, they do it to us to a certain degree, and men do it to them to a certain degree. So again, tangchu chakanu. All right.
I like that you brought up mirroring, because that is like, yeah, that's a crafty little move. They had a joke with that on The Office, because the guy got sent to anger management, and like, you know, immediately what happens is like, you know, he comes in and they're like, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so. He's like, hi, so-and-so, I'm this person. You know, he's like really big smiles, and it's just like, you know, it's kind of like when a kid responds to a short answer question or a prompt, they restate it, what was said, and then give you the answer. So like when a person's mirroring, they just do that, and like that hyper agree. It's like, oh yeah, everything, yeah. It's sort of like what the guests do of the Joe Rogan podcast.
You crazy, bro.
Another strategy.
I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, I know.
Just like funny meme videos where like it'll have guests and like almost nobody challenges anything that he's ever saying. Like they're just like, oh yeah, they just, yeah, totally. It's the worst. It's the biggest. It's the best. Right. It's just like, yo, could you like challenge a single thought the guy has?
Yeah.
Right. And another strategy to mirroring is if you're sitting across from somebody, and if you want them to be comfortable, you just mirror their posture, and your subconscious picks that up, and you think that person is you. It's a lot to this dating game.
Yeah.
To this con artist crap. It's a lot.
Okay, so let's go back to the women. How did you like them trying to fight back? Were you rooting? Well, of course you were probably rooting for them, because this dude conned them like the hell. Before you saw the outcome, did you think that they were gonna get him, like, you know, get their money back? He's in jail for like 2-3 years. What was your thought before you saw the ending, the final ending?
My thought before I saw the ending was, I can't listen to anything that these victims have to say until I hear his side of the story.
Really?
Because I'm aware of, I'm aware of what a documentary is, and I'm aware of, hey, you can copy, you can cut, you can paste a documentary, and you sell the image, and you play with you're entering my social engineering now. I'm aware of that. So like I said, I'm a very neutral guy until, yes, I hear these 3 victims, but now I need to hear this guy's side of the story, you know? So I didn't think nothing. I don't want to, because there's 3 women talking. Hey, I understand the plight. Now I want to hear his side of the story.
They did attempt to like get his side, you know. Right. They are transparent in the fact that they try to do that. And now if he had agreed, I bet you that 2-hour doc would have been 1 hour of the women's stories, and then it would have been the other hour of his story, because that's how I would have set it up if it were me. But they ask him about it, and he just threatens litigation. So like for me, like that's a bitch move right there. Like, no, dude, how are you not seeing this as the opportunity to try and, you know, spew more of your bullshit to get, you know, the world on your side? Because this was a question I wanted to pose to you guys. How how deep of a lie do you got to be in that we're now like you are believing your own lie? You know what I mean? Because like the whole backstory of him is out there. Like he is not of that Israeli rich family, that diamond.
Yeah, he's not.
Son
Nope.
of the diamond billionaire. You know, he's
Right.
nobody of significance. Like he's not actually of like money. But like how deep into this you gotta be to just like, nope, actually I do have a very good reason why all of this has happened, and it's a giant misunderstanding, and as a matter of fact, if you give me time, I have the perfect explanation. Like what? Like, is it just the need to cover your own ass, or like, you know, not be in trouble? Like, what is that?
I actually think he's pretty smart for not talking, because I'm not trying to incriminate myself.
That's what criminals say, though.
Right.
No, but
fifth.
Yeah, I agree with you. The documentary and how documentaries are created, they're biased, obviously. Like, you know, when you create a documentary, you have to wonder, are they, and you get biases on every documentary, left, right, middle, wherever the case may be. It's up to you to find the truth in that. And I'm not saying all documentaries are bad. I'm just saying, like, and there's a lot of truth in this documentary, in any other documentary. You just have to widen the context of it, because they can tell you one thing, but they're not telling you another thing.
Yep.
And then with this documentary, Sam, you said like if the guy agreed to the documentary, 1 hour for the women, 1 hour for the male. The way the documentary went, I don't think they will give him an hour. I think it will give him 20 minutes of his side of the story if he agreed. But you hear the whole, because in a documentary, and especially in a story, you need a villain. So he was that villain.
He was.
So they're gonna give the villain their 2 minutes to plead their case. But the protagonist, the hero, and the victims of the story was the women, and they were promoting that like crazy, especially towards the end, because like, you know, they kind of told stories like, hey, this is not their fault, they're victims. They says this, and this guy is just a con artist, he's just deceived women all over the world and people all over the world and stuff like that. So that was their villain, and I feel like they were going to stick by it even if he agreed with the interview.
I want to see the other victims.
Yeah.
Those women, again, they say he did an estimate of $10 million.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I only see 3 women. I need more. Yeah, come on out.
There is more. I feel like that they had all those women specifically because they were like the most involved in like him getting caught.
And also they agreed to it, because when they showed the other women, they blacked out their face, because I guess they didn't want to be on the documentary, because they you know, when you get caught like that.
Another thing to consider is that people
embarrassing
to share.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. So that what happened. This is blacked out the names, because they didn't want to be involved with the documentary. I mean, I feel like so Fritz, you're neutral until you hear the male side of the story.
Dude, the way this world has molded me, the things that I've seen come from this world, it's only right. We're dealing with humans, man. Mm-hmm. Women are humans, men are humans, women lie, men lie, women cheat, men cheat. It's just life.
For sure. It's hard to, just because there's so much evidence against him already.
Yeah.
Like there's too much incriminating stuff.
But okay, so I'm gonna go back with Fritz, because you know you gotta hear his sides, but there's certain things we know is a lie. Like we know he's not part of the Diamond family. Like we know that, and stuff like that. So, we know that he's been using these women credit cards all over the place and whatnot.
Okay.
So, like some of these things, like you don't need his side of the. Granted, I mean, you need his side of the story to tell you why he did it, but
There you go.
And why he lied about the family of being whatever the case, being a big, powerful person he needed to be. But come on, I'm not saying you're on the side or anything like that, or you're on the women's side. I'm just saying like a lot of things that he does, like we know it's a lie. Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying, but I still want to hear his mouth.
You still want to know why he did it?
I still want to know why he did it. I still want to know why he did it. That's it. You know, what's again? We said Joker was the enemy for a long time, right?
Oh yeah, until they made him a hero.
Until they made him a hero.
What, in the movie Joker? That wasn't my takeaway from it, but
well, okay, they didn't make him the hero. Okay, we're over exaggerating. They made him someone. Right. They made him something.
Well, I get what you mean.
They made him an empathetic character.
Yeah, because the villain has a story too. That's all I'm saying.
And maybe his story, like
that's right.
He didn't grow up the way a lot of people grow up. He had a mess of childhood from abuse or that scarred him.
Mental health is a real thing.
That scarred him. Yeah, you never know. And then it projected him in these behaviors.
That's right.
And keep on doing it. And maybe he needs help, and no one's not helping him. I mean, I don't know. Like
maybe he was born that way.
I agree with Fritz in a lot of cases where it's like you don't understand. Like when people do things, you think I'm like, oh my god, why they do it? Like, but you really don't understand their side of the story, because like I said, you have to stop thinking in your point of view and be in their life. And like that's why when I stopped and thought of him as like a criminal and be in his position, I'm like, dude, this dude's smart, bro. Like you have to stop to think about that. I was like, yo, he played the game very well. And
yeah, what it's like when he comes to say his piece on TV, because you said he's about to do that, right, Fritz?
Yeah, that's what it says
on there, and he pulls it like a for real Joker. He's just like, I thought it was hilarious and fun taking all this money from women, and I'm tired of acting like it wasn't. So you enjoyed stealing all this money from women? Yes, every second, in every penny.
Hey, but he's not going to say steal. They're going to say steal. He's going to say borrow.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's the key word, because he can go on TV and be like, yeah, these women, like, I needed help, and they borrowed and they lend me money when I needed help, and I'm gonna pay them back as soon as I get my money in order. That's what he can say to make people get off his back. And actually, he can't get sued for that. Well, he can get sued, but I don't think they don't have a winning case, because again, you gave him the money because you thought he was in danger, and all he had to do is just continue with that. I'm gonna pay him back. Once I get my money right. How can he get locked up for that? And even if he goes on TV, you still don't know his true intentions.
Isn't it technically fraud?
Fraud?
Yeah. Like he defrauded all these women.
Defrauded, and I'm looking at this article right now. It said, I think I can't say I think, but they say Tinder added a new guideline entitled romance scams. So it's a romance scam. Yeah,
it's a scam, but I don't think it's like fraud is like if you write like fraud if you write a bad check and you know it's a bad check and or you took someone else
Identity.
checkbooks and wrote it on your name and whatnot. What he did was even smarter than that. I'm sorry. I have to say smart because
he got the permission.
like he, you know, took the women vulnerability and was just like, hey, I just need money. He created a fake reality for the women to believe him and whatnot, but they still, hey, here's my credit card. Here's the money for a loan. Gave him cash because it's untraceable and whatnot. So you have at some point you have to the women have to be accountable of their actions.
Bro, I agree. The shit that I'm reading here, this motherfucker's a genius. Check this out. He also set his sights on Hollywood. According to Entertainment Tonight, he has signed on with a talent manager, Gina Rodriguez of Gitani Inc., in hopes of pursuing a career in the entertainment industry. The Lord. Publication also adds that he is looking into a potential podcast, hosting a dating show, and or writing a book.
Millions.
Yes, he's trying to do a dating show. I heard that.
Come on now.
Come on. Hey, he's moving on to better things because right now he realized, okay, because you only could do this for so long. Hey, now that we made him a superstar or made them aware, we marketed them, no matter the case of good or bad, he's taking full advantage of that. Hey, I'm going to spin it this way
French
because
Montana is in awe after realizing he's met.
Hello? No. That was something else. My fault.
Yeah, no problem. Now, because now he's creating his own narrative now. And then going after the entertainment business, man, you can create your own narrative in the entertainment business. The entertainment business is shady as hell, bro. Like the stuff they do over there, like it's and they hush about it and whatnot because they're in their own circle. But he's entering that because he knows it's profitable for him in that environment, and maybe now he can leave the scandals and the fraud behind him because he's gonna even make more money with the podcast, with the book, with the dating show and whatnot. And people are gonna forget everything about his past because if all those things are good and people are reading it and watching it, they're gonna forget all about his past.
It's kind of a social experiment, that's just a perspective, like he is successful on Tinder getting women. If we're going to play with the language here, you understand, we can play with the language because that's what a lot of people do. They play with the language. He played with the language. He played with the pictures. Women know the angles. Don't get mad when men don't figure out the, the little tricks. He cracked the code, man. And guess what? A lot of other men are going to want that code.
Mm-hmm.
Is he successful? Is he successful? Yes, he is.
And you have to take successful, and because successful is different from everyone and whatnot. So is he successful at what he's doing and what he accomplished? And the answer is yes.
Because the definition. Go ahead.
Because that's what he was aiming to do. And in other people's minds, he's not successful because it was unfair, it was illegal, whatever the case may be. But forget all that. It was what he was trying to accomplish, and he accomplished it.
Yeah, the definition of a successful is accomplishing an aim or purpose. So did he accomplish his aim? Yep. Did he do his purpose? Of course.
And you can get mad at that. And I ain't gonna lie, like I said, we're talking like we're rooting for this guy. No, we're not. Like, I don't think you should. Yeah, let's be clear.
I'm just an observer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. This is not good behavior. It's not like that. I'll kill him. You feel me? Like if like
this is abhorrent.
Like we're not rooting for good. We're not rooting for this behavior.
Correct.
But at the same time, though, you have to look at it as a different perspective. You have to look at it outside your worldview and whatnot. Looking at his worldview and what he's thinking, his perspective, and when you're there, you realize you'd be like, damn, he did a good job.
Yeah. Plus, we're trying to be entertaining, so we got to see it from every angle possible.
Because we get in trouble for taking a side. We're not.
Sometimes I just like to pull a thread just to see what happens. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What's over here?
Sam, we're teachers. We know that.
And you know what? That's what he was doing. He was, these women, come here. I have you now.
Scorpion, get over here.
Damn, boy. But like people, that $10 million for 5 months in prison, people will take that, bro. I mean, I wouldn't. I want to spend a day in prison, bro. But people will take that.
Yeah, I do feel bad for the chicks though. But like I said, before I come to a conclusion, I have to hear his side. I have to.
Yeah.
It's basic human decency being able to hear, even like as a teacher, just like you said, there's situations where I know one of them is 100% wrong and the other one isn't. But there is a moment that you will find where the victim kind of did something. Just push that other one just enough to get slapped.
Right.
Or whatever it was, just saying slap to be dramatic. But, whatever it might have been, there's always.
Always. Yes, always. And in your brain, you're like, damn, you deserved it. But you can't say it.
Yeah, there's if I have a student that's just like, this kid said something mean to me, it's just like, well, I get that you're bothered by it, but you've said that same thing to like a bunch of different kids in here. You said it to them. And I know, hey, I'm not saying it's right that they said it, but you did egg it on. And they're like, yeah, you're right, Mr. Roy. And I'm just like, so let's just all apologize and we're good here. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Hey, I know this.
No, but not for this one. That dude should go to jail.
Yeah. So, man. You think they learned the lesson? The women.
She's still on Tinder, bro.
She says she is not Tinder's fault. It's not Tinder's fault.
Well, it's not Tinder's fault.
I understand,
but I would hope her process of elimination's a bit more strict. It's a little more rigorous in her criteria, or giving out money to another man.
Hey, catch that red flag though. Like, come on, bro. All right. Let's talk about the money, bro. Let's talk about the money. Cecilia gave $250,000 to this man. $250,000, $250,000.
And she's loyal, bro.
You known less than a year.
She's loyal, man. Cecilia, come holla at me when you get done paying your debt.
Hey, she's loyal. She's loyal and quick. I'm sorry, bro. Like that one night stands just like it irks my nerves, bro. I was just like, you're an idiot. Like, whatever.
You think they're going to get compensated for this documentary?
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. They get paid for the documentary, right? Maybe.
Probably not a lot.
Yeah, probably not a lot.
Insanely significant.
Probably
same amount a person gets paid to be on one of those damn like 90-day fiance shows.
Yeah.
Do you think people are gonna come aiding to them?
Yeah.
Like donating to them?
I think so.
They got to GoFundMe for sure.
I think so. Yeah. That's
People
I'm so
love
sorry.
doing that.
Right.
Yes, and to be honest, how you know that wasn't their intentions? Because that to market
That
themselves.
seems like a really crazy play, and it seems like that there needs to be like if that were true, there would have to be an entirely separate documentary about how these women, hundreds of women, or then again, it was only those 3 in there, but 3 confirmed women are somehow had a crazy mastermind plan to make one person look like a fucking greedy son of a bitch that is just super manipulative. Like that seems like a crazier story, actually.
But Sam, but what if they learned their lesson? What if they actually learned from that?
Well, that's what you hope, right? You hope is that you
no, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, hey, sometimes you go through things, right? Say you got scammed. What if they become the scammers?
Oh, okay. Now I got you.
Because learning is subjective. Maybe God put them in that situation, you know.
Don't put God in
it depends. I would say there's a 1 in 3 chance, just for fun right now. I don't have actual stats, but since there's 3 of them, let's say there's a 1 in 3 chance that one of them learned that lesson. So one of the 3 allegedly may have learned how to be the scammer instead of the scamming.
Hey, she did. No,
if they did,
Aileen did.
I salute.
Let's talk about the third woman. Aileen did it. Well, she got her revenge back. She took his
clothes.
clothes.
Yeah, the clothes.
I was just saying she did it like a good revenge. She didn't scam nobody.
No,
she just him.
Yeah, she took the clothes, and
she flipped it.
Correct. No, but
I'm a homeless king.
No, but what I was saying, like, not that they faked that he was the bad guy. I was saying like he was the bad guy. They did this documentary so that people will feel sorry for them, so that people can give them money. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying that's their main objective. I'm just saying that's probably a thought by them. Like, hey,
of course, come on. If you're putting a documentary like this out there, and if you don't think people are going to come to your aid, get out of here. Anything's possible nowadays.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Okay. All right. So so now we gotta talk about like the people in his life, the bodyguard, his girlfriend, his baby mama and the daughter. All like that was a big stage, like to fake, bro. Like, what was that? Like
stage actors, probably, right? Just people that he just kept around to play these roles, like he's Barney Stinson or some shit.
Do you think the baby mama could have do you think the baby mama knows what he's doing?
No, they say in the documentary.
I don't think those people are even real.
No, in the documentary, the baby mama quote was the victim, was part of was a victim by him.
Oh, okay. So baby mama was like, okay. I was thinking like it was like I was going conspiracy that she was like a crisis actor or some shit.
No, that's what they said in the documentary. She was one of the victims. So it's either she says, okay, I was victimized. Let me just get on board to get my share. I'll act as an actor for you so I can get compensated and whatnot. Because pretty sure he's paying Peter, the bodyguard. Pretty sure he's paying his fake associate and whatnot. So he's paying all these people to do all these things. So I guess it's just that in my theory, that one woman that was the victim end up being part of his team so she can get her money back. But yeah, so that was crazy to me, and I don't know what would y'all do if I knew a guy like that? Would y'all turn him in? Would y'all like stay away? What would y'all do?
In the wise words of Robert Kiyosaki, mind your business.
Yeah, I read that book too.
Yo, if I ended up knowing a guy like this, I'm gonna be honest, I'd probably just give him like a look and just be like, I don't know if I'd do that, man. I don't think that's gonna end well.
You know what?
Just walk away. That'd be it.
I'd be scared for my life because I don't know if his bodyguard is real.
Yeah. Because there's true hitmans out there, bro, that will pay to kill you off. So yeah, I'll just stay away. Like, I'm not trying to live a dangerous life like he is, bro. Like,
mind your business.
Am I right? I mean, granted, it was brave for them to come out and out him, and I feel like you should. Like, listen, if that happened to me, I'll out you, and I'll carry a gun everywhere I go. but yeah, nah, I can't. I won't be able to hang out with people like that. Yeah, that's not my surrounding. That's not my character, and that's not a person I want to be around. So, I mean, they did because money talks. People will do a lot of things for money, man.
People will do a lot of things for money. That's true.
So, to kind of wrap it up, do you think the purpose of the documentary was fulfilled? The application was there.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sam.
I'd probably say only halfway. Their full intention and job won't be done until like he's actually got consequences for his actions.
I agree. I'm with Sam on this. And did they get his name out there? Yes. The weird thing is I don't understand how they got his permission to put his face on a documentary. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a little weird to me. Unless they're all three in it together or all four of them in it together trying to get some moolah.
Well, hold on a second.
Talk to me.
And all the other pictures that they use were either stuff from Instagram, public domain, Tinder, public domain.
And the women
that those women got messages and pictures from him. It's on their phone. On their phone, that's their property. They can show those images.
Mm-hmm.
Fair move, fair.
So while you're correct, there's still wiggle room.
Yeah, that's the gray area about it. Like the articles, you can pull up, and because that public domain, like Sam said, everything was the women's property, so they can get his face out there, and he can try to sue him for like the way he said for the lies that they're slandering his name and all the stuff.
I think he's trying to sue for defamation.
Yeah, correct. But
he didn't say it right. He said like dissemination or some shit. Like he said it completely wrong. It's just like, hey, nice threat, asshole. Don't even sound right.
Yeah, but I think the purpose of this was to get him out there, to get more people to know. I think they did that. And maybe it works. Like I agree, it's like halfway. Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. Because look at he's gonna get he's trying to write a book, trying to get in the entertainment industry and stuff like that. So maybe it's gonna backfire on them. You never know with people like this, bro. You never know.
Never know.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. All right, man. I think it was good. I think we hashed out a lot. There was this documentary was something else.
Yeah.
I mean, should we rate documentaries?
We could rate this.
We rate it
1 out of 10.
Yeah.
I give it a 7. I'll give it a 10 once I hear his side.
You're so funny. You're so funny. How about you, Sam?
7.
7. Yeah, I think I'll give it a 7 because I'll definitely recommend people to watch this. Again, there was a hot topic for a good minute, probably still is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, you gotta check this dude out. It's just an interesting story about everyone involved. So yeah, I'll give it a 7, solid 7. It was good, and the way they presented the story, was pretty good, pretty engaging. So yeah.
Yeah. French Montana actually met him. Ha.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Pretty interesting.
He's gonna be a celebrity now. Yeah, I made him a celebrity. Good job, guys.
You will.
Good job. But thank you guys for coming on. Thank you, audience, for listening. Tell us what you think about Tinder Swinder. Is he right? Is he wrong? Do you want to be like him? Do you want to kill him? Hey, leave the comments below. Make sure you follow us on Fate Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on Fate Podcast on Instagram. Till next time, peace.
Peace.